Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Please welcome the president and founder of Together We Stand, Sefki Fernandez. Sefki, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about your organization.
Well, we are a nonprofit, and we focus on dismantling racism and discrimination and police brutality nationwide through advocacy, education, and legislation.
And practically, how do you do that? Because that is a tough task.
It is sometimes feels like an insurmountable task, but we work at it every day. So a lot of what we're trying to do is through education and trainings. We are big advocates for giving our police force more training in de-escalation tactics and higher education standards, and also training in how to handle a mental health crisis, because I think we're seeing a lot of that across the country where excessive force sometimes is used, and we need to offer our officers the proper training to deal with things.
That's a topic that's in the news these days a lot. Excessive force.
Yeah.
There's a debate about it. How do you get the police officers and the union to cooperate with you, or even to hear your side of the story?
It sometimes is challenging, but I think overall they want to have more training, and I think that both sides want to bridge this gap. I mean, there's always the good and bad in everything, but we really need policy change. So it has to happen from the high levels down. You know, we need our legislation to be changed, policies and regulations to be changed, and our requirements to be higher, and we need to offer the proper training. And so it's certainly a challenge, but we are actively pushing for it across the country.
And is your organization trying to focus on in the East Bay, or is it something that
we actually work nationwide, and we work with families who have encountered discrimination in many different facets, be it education or with issues with the police. And yeah, so we are not just in the Bay Area. We've worked pretty much in every state, and so we've definitely spread out, and there's lots to go around. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a tough task. How long has this organization been around? Is this something that you established pretty recently, or?
Yes, it's fairly new. We're about a year old. We sort of evolved just organically. I started a small Facebook group just to sort of start dialogue on the issues that I was seeing, and we sort of grew pretty rapidly, and we saw a real need for people to have somebody advocating for them in these circumstances when it comes to discrimination of all kinds. And so we really try to help people in the LGBT community, people who've had difficulties in their learning institutions. So it kind of goes across the board. We're open to helping anybody that needs it.
Sure. And so it hasn't been around that long. So was there something, a specific event or something in your life or your friend's life that inspired you to kind of get this thing going?
Well, I come from a family where community activism is sort of a thing. My grandmother was the founder, one of the 3 founders of Save the Bay here in the Bay Area, and my father was a Black Panther way back when. And, you know, as a mother of 3 sons who are brown children, you know, I'm very invested in what's going on in this country when it comes to race and providing a future for them where they're safe and able to attain whatever goals they so choose. So I saw as social media sort of plays out all of these things in the news, we're able to see a lot more of what's going on, and I saw a need to get involved and to do something, and it just sort of organically grew, and here we are, and we're excited to be working with people across the country and trying to make a difference.
Well, Sefki, it sounds like you have the right start, or you guys are off to the right start.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. For more information, you could log on to togetherwestand.nationalbuilder.com. Again, that's togetherwestand.nationalbuilder.com. We'll be back with more Bay Sunday after this break.